Welcome along,
That is
weekend
unbelievable.
roundup. Oh my days.
Wow.
We're in for a great show today, guys. Well, what about the North London derby?
I'm not getting rattled.
And we're 3 points off top 4, so it's not looking too bad.
Yeah. Foden
I'd
88,
say
Saka
that's about
87.
right,
I think that's wrong.
Nicely put your top on. You want to take it off and get the branding out? Happy birthday!
Make a wish to win the league.
I did.
How much chance will Arsenal have of winning the Champions League?
0, mate.
If we got through
Can't do it
PSV, do you think there's any chance?
No.
Hang on, let me finish.
Predictions:
2-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Liverpool.
2-0 Wolves.
Chelsea to beat Man United at Old Trafford.
Still there.
You're in trouble if we win this game.
You better not lose on Saturday. We beat the world champions this weekend. That makes you world champion.
We're the world champions, but you're not in a title.
This is why you'll never win the league.
6 million down the drain.
Robbie celebrating a 1-0 win. Abby Pilates instead of trophies. You never walk alone.
Catch us every Monday for the weekend roundup.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to DR Sports. Well, back to Live at 5 on a Monday night of what was an incredibly interesting weekend in Premier League football. Obviously, after the international break last week, which in itself, to be fair, produced a couple of ridiculous games. This weekend was, I think, only the best way to say it was a very telling weekend so far. So there's one game left. Manchester United face Everton at Old Trafford for their first game in 30 days at Old Trafford later tonight at 8 p.m. and we'll get onto that in a minute. But obviously, it being the Premier League and it all being about the league title and all of this, all of that, we've got a 4-man star-studded panel to talk about the title race. I've got, to my left, making his debut on DR, it's Ben from AFTV. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. Much better after a 4-1 dismantling of
How?
Tottenham.
Because you were there, weren't you?
Yeah.
That was got to be a good day.
Yeah, well, it's got to be up there. One of the best North London derbies I've been to, for sure.
I think, to be fair, one of the best I've seen. And maybe in terms of Arsenal performance, like a solid performance from somebody, one of the best. And then also on my right-hand side, I got Laurie, as always, normally with me on a Monday. You're also feeling just as...
Exuberant.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was trying to think of a word that you would use to describe it. Exuberant's a good one.
Exuberant is a good one. But I've got to pull you up on something. When you made your introductory there, you said title race. Are you sure is that what you meant? Because I don't see no race.
FJ, what do you think? Introducing FJ to the panel as well.
Actually, he's very qualified to speak on that. Because,
Why? Because we're champions.
Because there is no race. And you know full well there is no race. Certainly as far as Liverpool concerned.
Firstly,
anyway.
as it stands, we are still champions. So
Yes,
I
that much is true.
Thank you. It is true. So I like a little respect from coming from this. Sorry. I like a little respect coming from this way, because we are still champions.
You are. I'll give you that
You
respect.
guys need to do what we done last year, and you guys got a lot of time left. So I don't want to hear no Arsenal fans talk about Liverpool because you can't talk about us. I don't want to hear no Arsenal fans being so excited.
Exactly. That's what I just said. We're not talking about you in terms of a title race. I just said that.
Because they can't. I don't see no Arsenal fans talk about Liverpool. I don't see no Arsenal fans being so happy. I don't see no Arsenal fans say we're the biggest team in London. I don't see no Arsenal... Yesterday was
Can I ask you a question? Just very quick. Just bear with me for a bit.
Go on.
Do you like boxing?
It is all right.
Presumably you've heard of Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And, you will know that back in the 90s, Mike Tyson fought Buster Douglas.
Yeah.
And Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. It's one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. So Buster Douglas won the title, and then 6 months later he defended it, or something like that, against Evander Holyfield.
Yeah.
And he was beaten inside a couple of rounds. Many people call that the worst defense of a heavyweight title they'd ever seen.
So what are you trying to say?
And the reason why I mention that is because this season Liverpool are challenging Buster Douglas as a team that is making the worst defence of a Premier League title probably that I've ever seen.
It really is.
Maybe Leicester
It
City.
is.
No, it just seems like...
So you are the Buster Douglas
No,
of
it just seems like
football.
you guys haven't Arsenal hasn't eaten a certain kind of cake in a long time, So when they're getting the feeling that they're getting closer to the
You
cake,
man
they
are
get
the-
so happy.
you-
What are you on about?
Yeah.
What cake?
Oh, when the last time you had that cake?
You lot are the...
04. How long ago was that? 04.
Let me repeat.
So
To
when
use a boxing analogy, Liverpool are the Buster Douglas of Premier League football. You're making the worst defence of a Premier League title
but was he a champion?
since possibly
But was he a
Leicester
champion?
City.
Was he a champion?
Remember Leicester? 2016,
Do you remember last
17.
time
That is
league?
the only worst one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually,
You-
I had this conversation with
There's
mates.
no such thing.
We
There's
were
no
sat
such
there.
thing as.
No
Alright,
such
we'll
thing as
see.
what?
There's no
We'll
such
see.
thing as a bad.
Title defense.
Yeah, there's no
yes,
such
there
thing.
is.
Leicester.
Alright, yeah, so basically, let's say you win a Premier
Who
League
cares
title,
about
right?
someone's bad title
FJ,
defense?
FJ.
When was the
let's
last
say-
time your bad title defense?
Let's say we never had bad title defenses
No one
because
cares.
all Sir Alex Ferguson did was win, second, win, second, win.
Oh, yeah.
I
Those days are
personally,
done now.
I have no idea what it is.
Those
I don't know
days-
what bad title. Okay, apart from maybe when we finished like 7th under David Moyes, right? In terms of winning the league to then finishing 7th. What we never did was lose 7 out of 8 games and be a side that if games ended on 90 minutes, you would be 18th.
And let me tell you
18th in
something.
the
Let me
Premier
tell you
League
something
table.
else. And you may laugh at what I said earlier, but you don't realise you are on course to match Leicester's record. Shall I tell you why? Because when Leicester won the title, I think it was 2015-16, they won the title, it's all good. The very next year, right, they completely imploded. And you know where they finished that season? They finished 12th. Where are Liverpool at the moment?
11th.
Right. So
But what does
What
that
a
mean?
win for
There you
Liverpool
go.
that is.
What does that mean? It's not over yet.
What that means.
it's not over.
10 places. 10
So
places.
are we?
between us and you. It's not over.
Are we getting confirmation from you right now that it's not over?
What? It's never been over. It's not even Christmas yet. You know what happens in Christmas? The gifts start unraveling, you know? People start getting excited at Christmas. Too much food around Christmas. And the performance start going
What, for
down.
Arsenal?
Yeah,
This
Arsenal,
is
100%.
I'm happy you brought this up actually because I was speaking with Kenya in the prod chat about every morning we go, all right, what are we talking about live at 5 today? And Kenya was like, well, we got to talk about the title race, and I said the similar thing to you. I said, talk about a title race when it's kind of a lot of people, bar you, are in agreement that it's like there's not a lot to say at the moment beyond the fact that Arsenal are just massively clear. But then I thought more about
Massively
it, and I
clear.
thought.
How many
It's like
points?
what? It's like eight points.
No.
No, six.
6
six
of Chelsea,
points.
7 of
That's
City.
it.
That's not massively clear. How many points did we
can-
finish the league last season?
It's after 12 games.
How many points did we finish last
But
season?
when
What's
you,
last season's got a point to do
but
with it?
actually, you make a point there. When you talk about title race, the only race this reminds me of. Remember Usain Bolt when he was in these races
Arsenal
when he was
fans.
like so far clear of the rest of the field.
Well, this
No
is-
one
this is
remembered
what I wanna
second and
say.
third.
Arsenal are in a title race with someone, but this is what I said. Arsenal are in a title race. What I think with your own demons. This is what I think more than anything. This is why what FJ just said about Christmas and everything is. I think this is Arsenal's.
Is that what he's
lose
clinging to?
Massively. Well, I know, but this is what I'm
History
saying.
repeats
It's
itself.
true. What we don't know yet because it's not happened.
It
We'll
happened
see.
it happened 3 years in a row.
We'll see if it happens
Didn't
this
it?
time. But I do think, and actually, Ben, I'll come to you with this. I do think, do you like the only thing that can stop Arsenal now, realistically, could be yourselves?
Well, injuries and a stat that I heard the other day is no team have been 6 points clear at this stage of season and not gone on to win the title. So
But
history is.
Didn't you also have a similar one to a Christmas?
We
a couple of
were
years
we
back?
were 8 points clear, but City had a game in hand, and that season, well, the squad depth wasn't what it is today. You know, when Saliba went out, everything fell apart, and that's because as I said before, no disrespect to Rob Holding, it was Rob Holding that came in for Saliba, and now you got Hincapié. You look how well he played yesterday.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
The difference is huge. So that's why I'm the most confident this year, any year.
What do you reckon about the injuries, though? Because this is something I've raised a couple times. I raised it when I was filming with Robbie on Friday, on Live at 5 for the Friday show. And I said that Arsenal have had too many 2 to 4 month injuries over the last 3 years for it not to be at least a slightly systematic thing. Of so often you see key players like Saka, Odegaard, Havertz, etc. are having these 2 to 3 to 4 month injuries. I don't know if it is something to do with the way Arteta trains, or if it's just the fact that obviously football teams now play an extraordinary amount of games, or if it's like you said, it's to do with potentially not having the depth that you've had previously. But I do think that adds to what I'm saying about the title race is between Arsenal and your own previous demons, rather than
City.
any actual other team.
No City.
I think Arsenal are more likely to hurt themselves in this race than City are to hurt Arsenal.
You know what happens? You know what happens in January, right? You know when City starts kicking off in January. You know what happens in January
Yeah.
when City starts.
What you mean, like they did last season?
How we won the league last season?
Exactly.
They
So-
did.
But you understand because we carried on going. You guys always stop and crumble at the
No,
end
but-
of the line.
You're clinging to these little false
What,
premises.
History.
I mean, yeah, history. So, for
Repeats
example,
itself,
if you
right?
want to talk about history, fine, let's talk about history. So, you said that history has a habit of repeating itself. So, let's talk about the 1998-9 season, 1999 season, 2000, 2000, 2001. Do you know what happened in those 3 seasons?
What happened?
No.
Arsenal finished runners-up in all 3 seasons. Bit like the previous 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think happened in the 4th season?
Let me guess. Did you win the league?
We won the league.
Ooh.
And
what
that,
happened?
my friend, set in train a
What happened
pattern
after that?
of dominance
What
by
happened after
Arsenal.
that?
Oh, FJ, the comments calling you scared, by the way.
Scared? Scared
They
of
think you're
who?
Scared.
Let me tell you.
So
what-
if you want to talk about history
They're
repeating
calling
itself,
you scared, bro.
How-
so if you want to
can
talk
I-
about, so if you want to talk about history repeating itself, I would guide you to that fact
Oh.
that the last time that Arsenal finished 3 years in a row runners-up, which is we did in the previous 3 years, the 4th year they won it. So I think you're right. You are actually, for the first time today, you've actually
Well,
said
you know what
something
they say.
that's right.
You know what they say in the.
No, you know what you say.
You know what they say in the Premier League boardroom? They say after 10 years, history is kind of scrapped. So if you talk about the last
What
10 years.
Premier League boardroom has ever said that, bro?
But
Where
if
have you pulled that
If you
from?
talk about the recent 5 years, you've seen how Arsenal perform. You see how the team crumbles at the end of the line. You see the Arteta don't have the tactical genius like people
What you
behind
mean,
him
like
to help.
Arne Slot, you mean?
Thank you.
Tactical genius.
So I can never be scared of Arsenal. It's going to get to a point where you guys are going to be scared of your own like success, and it's going to start crumbling down.
You say about crumbling, the 23-24 season was
What
16 wins from the last 18 games. What part of that is crumbling?
What happened after that?
Yeah, well, we didn't win the league,
So
but
it don't
what
matter.
part
So
of
it
that
don't
is
matter.
crumbling?
If you won 18 out of 18 and still don't win the league, there's no point winning those games, you know? So at the end of the day, everyone's saying Arsenal, 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 Arsenal. You guys got a long way to go.
We have.
But do you know
have
what
got a
makes me
long way to
happy?
go.
It makes me happy that you're happy for now, you know? Because I like seeing people smile. I'm a people's people. So when I walk around and people say, oh, FJ, Arsenal, I like to see them happy. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be sad and crying. You know what they say? He who lost first, lost last, lost first, lost last.
Well, listen, I'll
Thank you.
bring it on, bro. But
Thank you.
all I know is that right now, things are good.
When was the last time you won the league?
2004.
Invincibles,
21 years ago.
Invincibles,
When was the last time
yeah.
you won the league?
2004
Wow. Wasn't that a long time ago?
was a long time ago.
Wow. I wonder why you guys are so happy. I wonder why you guys are so happy.
I've got a question.
Wow.
I know
We're not sat in
what
11th, that's why.
FJ's answer to this is.
Talk to me.
But who's more in the title race alongside Arsenal? Liverpool
They're
or
done.
Chelsea?
City. Wow.
Liverpool
Do
are
you-
closer to relegation than they are to winning the league. You do know that, right? As we speak
Yeah, no, I know
right
that.
now.
I've been there with United for about 18 months.
so
11 points.
They,
11
they,
points.
they are utterly redundant as far as this
and
conversation
you
is
guys are
concerned.
closer to second than winning the league.
What does that even mean?
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, what does that
See,
mean, bro?
That's
Doesn't
science.
make any
It's science.
sense.
That's the science
Doesn't
behind
make
football.
any
You got to
sense.
think about
I
it.
know you're good at maths, so maybe you.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some
We know you're
stat
very good
that
at
you-
maths, but if they are first, they can't be closer to second than winning the league because
Yeah.
they're already first.
Do you know that? Do you know why? Because
That's what I'm asking.
the likeliness of them crumbling is more greater than them winning the league.
According to what?
You see the map? So basically, if you get the stats from here and here, you put it together, we can see the possibilities of winning the league. And it's
Possibilities, yeah.
And it's lower than you guys winning the league.
Listen, anything is possible.
I'll just tell you this track. I'll just tell you the
Except
facts,
there's
you know.
one thing that's definitely not possible this season, and that's you
Liverpool
retaining
winning
the
it.
title. There is more chance of you getting relegated than there is of you winning
We're
the
coming to
title this
Emirates
season.
anyway.
And that is actually statistically correct as we speak. As
By the
of
way,
now.
I cannot. Now I think back to it, I can't believe you didn't beat Liverpool at Anfield.
How?
Right?
Nor can I.
Everybody has.
Nor can I.
How can
Everyone's beat
Clean
Liverpool
sheet.
at Anfield this
you
season.
got a clean sheet?
I can't, like, looking back to it now, that game just, I know I said at the time Arteta got it wrong, and the more I watch Liverpool just lose and lose and lose and lose at Anfield all the time, he got it so wrong.
did.
But do you
But
think
if you-
potentially you're unlucky in that you played them so early, rather than, let's say you played them a month later, you may have, like Arteta may have been a
possible.
lot more willing to
It's
go
possible,
at it.
yeah. I think that's a very good point. But what I would say is right, and you know, and my fellow Arsenal fan over there, he will have something to say about this as well. At the time, and I'm not. This is not hindsight. A lot of the Arsenal fan base were mad because we said it. I said it on this show. Robbie said it. Liverpool were there for the taking that day, and we didn't do it. So that is why we came away from that game. We knew that Liverpool were not that good. Okay, it was very early in the season, but to a man, all the Arsenal fans knew that, come on, bro, you should have went for it because they were there for the taking.
Who?
Liverpool were. And then since then, other teams have seen what happened there, and they thought, well, you know what? Because we played you, was it shortly after Bournemouth played you?
I don't know.
And they nearly beat you, remember?
It's
He
the
was.
third
He was
game of the
Bournemouth.
season, I think.
Yeah, when Semenyo run riot over you, man. And I remember watching that. It was a Friday night. I remember watching the game. I came home from the gym, sat down, watched it. I thought, Semenyo's tearing these man to pieces. I was very confident, but unfortunately on the day, I think Arteta showed you guys too much respect.
No, I just think it was
And
just the best free kick can.
So was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, that was an outstanding piece of skill.
greatest ever in the Prem.
Even
He
you know
doesn't
that's not
believe
true, by
it.
the
He
way.
doesn't
What's
believe
better than
it.
that free kick? What's better than that free kick?
But you can have that.
That's
You
like
can have
40
the
yards
goal
out.
of the season if you want, because that's all you're going to win this season.
I've seen
You
at
have
least,
that.
I've seen
Goal
at
of
least
the
3
season.
free kicks at United. that
No,
are
but
better
he
than
wants
free
that.
kick.
He wants it bad. So have that, and we have the title, and it's
You ain't
all
gonna have
good.
the title though. That's the funny thing about it. You're not gonna have the title, and
Who is then?
you know it's not gonna be. Lot.
Who's
So,
he going to be?
You know.
Who's it gonna
No,
be then?
answer
Who's it
Ben's
gonna be?
question.
Okay, it's gonna be.
Awesome. And
We're
you
still
know
in
it
it.
is.
We're still in it.
You
He's
know
not
it.
answered the
This
question
guy's still
still.
alive. Mo, he's still alive.
If you
So-
actually believed you were going to
Yeah,
win the
yeah,
league,
yeah,
you would have
yeah.
just said yourself. You
No,
didn't
no,
say. You didn't
no.
say
Say it,
Liverpool.
say it with
Okay.
chest, though.
You didn't look into the mic and go,
Okay.
Liverpool still winning the league title.
Last week, no, 2 weeks ago, I was 100% sure we're going to still win the league. Then the week after, 80%. So now I'm 50-50, right? So, so if Liverpool don't win the league, I know City are going to chase you down. And you guys don't like being chased, you know, so you guys will crumble. But firstly, I'd like to say, all my Liverpool fans, stop this. We have to stay beside Slot. We have to.
Do you?
Yeah, 100%.
Why?
What he done for us last season, no one expected it. So we've got to give him the grace of the hard work.
So that means if he
the
gets you
hard-
relegated,
No,
you
he's
stand
not gonna,
behind him.
He's not going to get us relegated. He's got a lot to learn still, 100%. He had a great first season. Some people call it a fluke. I don't call it a fluke. He still had to play good throughout the whole season. But Slot, no, people that say Slot out, that's a
What would
no-no.
it take for Slot out for you?
Whole season, he's not going to get relegated. He has to make Europe. If he doesn't make Europe, then I understand the questions that are going towards him. But he's going to make Europe. If we don't win the league, I still think Slot should stay as the Liverpool manager. We don't hire and sack straight away. So, though I have faith in Slot, I got faith in you anyway. So just carry on doing your good work, sir. I'm beside you. I'm beside
Good work.
you.
Wow.
What do you mean?
Wow.
Do you know what this means? We were dying for this. We were crying for this. And he gave it to us. He went through the hardship of Salah, Van Dijk and Trent. Obviously one win. He went through that. Now he's going through a different bad patch of his career. So he's gonna get over it. He's gonna overcome it. We'll be back. We will be back. And I know we'll be back.
You know who he reminds me of? He is the Dutch Roberto Martinez.
No way.
Back in 2013, Wigan, probably before your time, you guys. Wigan won the FA Cup, yeah? And they got relegated in the same season. That's kind of... But in all seriousness, though, I think you're definitely out of the title race. 100% you're out of the title race. But then there are other trophies to go for, so...
That's what you should be looking at.
This is something. Well, so to make the conversation ever so slightly more sensible, what we're going to do, I want to talk about. Let's say Liverpool in a world that you don't think exists, don't win the league this year, right? Obviously, the next aim is then top 4. So I want to talk a little bit more about this top 4 race because bar Arsenal, it's still like 12 games into the season. It's still looking pretty interesting. You've got Chelsea are second on 23, Man City are 22 in third, Aston Villa 21st, 4th, Palace are 5th with 20, then Brighton, Sunderland, Bournemouth are on 19, Spurs on 18, United also on 18. But if they beat Everton tonight, they then go level on points with Villa, and if they can win convincingly, they then go 4th. How easy is it then? Because Liverpool then also on 18, and then obviously then you're getting like Brentford 12th on 16. I think that's where the cutoff is. It's like basically 2nd to 11th are all in the mix of this title race.
First to
11th. Second to Arsenal aren't in the Champions League race.
What, they're still in the top 4 race. 100%.
No, but as in then like that's in terms of the 2nd to 11th. That's the bottom aim for those clubs, right? Liverpool's aim at very, very worst is still top 4, isn't it? Arsenal's aim at very, very worst is the title.
Oh.
That is like because anything other than the title for them is failure. Is what I mean.
It's been like that for the last 5 years.
Yeah, I know. But what I mean is, is there potential for is the top 5 gonna revert back to potentially just the big 5 clubs? minus like top 6 minus Spurs, or like Spurs going to get there, or obviously you got Villa in the mix, Palace in the mix, Brighton, Sunderland, Bournemouth, they're all still in the mix. Could one of these guys eventually end up sneaking in, particularly if you've got the English teams do well in the Champions League and secure that 5th place again?
100%.
Is there going to be a potential upset in there? Or not upset, but like a surprise come the end of the season?
100%. I don't think everyone's gonna make it. Like Chelsea, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle, Villa. There's a lot of teams. I think 1 or 2 might not make it. There's gonna be a surprising one, not Liverpool, but there's gonna be a surprising team that's gonna miss out the top 4. Is it 5 now? Is it 4 this year?
Well, so it's always 4, and then if the English
Yeah,
teams,
really.
it's the 2 leagues that do best in Europe, then get given given an extra spot.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think there's a lot.
So we find out in like March if it's 5.
I think there's all those teams that are battling for them top 4 spaces. I think it's all achievable for them as well. So I think it's all up for grabs. It's all up for grabs, and it's all about consistency, form, Christmas time, January.
Oh, I thought it was November. That's what everyone was telling me before. Oh, when it gets to November.
No, I've
oh,
always
here
said
we are at
Christmas.
the end of
Always
the
move the goalposts. Always moving the goalposts.
It's always
When it's green, oh, it was January. Oh, watch out for January. Oh, February. Oh, God.
This could be amazing. Do you know what I'm waiting for? I'm actually waiting for the downhill slope for Arsenal.
Well,
I'll
let's
be
see how long
smiling.
you
Keep
got to
waiting,
wait.
keep
my
waiting.
friend. Keep
Oh,
waiting.
So you guys don't think it's gonna happen?
Well, do
I
you?
think we're in a
Yeah,
much
do
better
you?
position now. With
Do
the
you?
squad depth.
100%.
No, on a serious note, anything can happen. Like injuries, like my man said, the injuries could play a part.
Injury
Loss
shouldn't
of-
be a reason no more. You
Yeah,
guys
okay.
got
I'm going to get to that. Loss of form, stuff like that. The kind of vagaries that could affect any team. Yeah. But what I've been saying is, and Dylan will back me up on this because I've been saying it for a while. We went out and we strengthened the squad in the summer for a good reason, and that is why, because of injuries, because of loss of form, because of things that can provide obstacles you get to the top, which is why, and again, I'm going to reference Liverpool. Over the weekend, when there was the obvious fallout from their yet another defeat, and not another 3-0 defeat, and I heard Liverpool fans going on about, oh, we signed too many players. I'm like, Arsenal signed 8 players in the summer, and look where we are. We're on top of the league and
for now.
going great guns. No, but what I'm saying is, this excuse about signing a load of players in the summer doesn't ring true, because we signed more players than you, and we're top of the league and shining.
I got to say, credit to you, Laura. I remember we were sat here. It might have been the 2 of you when we were talking about it, where we were talking about who's had the best window so far, and it was pre you signing Isak, and you said Arsenal have had the bet window at the moment, but then them signing Isak may tip it over the edge for Liverpool.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
But in terms of your general shout saying that Arsenal have had the better summer, I think I want to say that I got to give you massive props for that, because it was
thanks.
spot
Appreciate
on.
it, yeah.
It was out of all the big teams, it was the best summer window, because it's propelled you further than where you were before. Than the other
Exactly.
team,
I mean,
think.
like Ben said, when you made that reference about Rob Holding and Saliba getting injured, Rob Holding coming in, and with respect to Rob Holding, there was a big chasm, there's a big differential, and it showed. We lost Gabriel for this game. In steps Nketiah, seamless performance. Odegaard's out, Eze comes in. You see what Eze did. We're a different team this year, and you've got to shout out Andrea Berta and Mikel Arteta, because they've obviously diligently done their homework there, you know what I mean? And they've seen the areas of the squad that need to be strengthened. They've done that, and we're seeing the results of it this year.
But you guys have been in this position before, right?
No, we haven't. No, we've not.
That I don't think they
We
have.
haven't,
They've
because-
not been in this position.
We haven't.
What's different about it?
I'll tell you
Oh, they're not-
exactly,
they're not
because
underdogs this
because you would have heard
the
a lot of
difference.
Arsenal fans complain that the owners have not done their due diligence in terms of spending the money and bringing the players in. And I'm saying it's no coincidence that they've done that, right, Ben? And look at the difference now. Which is why when we got the injuries, when people, oh, Gabriel's out, I said on this show, didn't I? I said we'll beat Spurs 2-0. Oh, I got it wrong. We beat
It
them
was even
4-1.
better than that, yeah.
So, come on.
Long way to go.
Yeah,
There is a long way. I'll give you that one. There is a long way to
Can't
go.
wait.
Yeah,
And nor can I.
at least someone all agrees.
But I don't want to
just wanted
take up the whole
say
show,
something
so let's move on to some of the also rans, shall we?
Yeah, it's, the way that I see it is, as I just mentioned to you, and obviously you reacted to what I just said in the way of I think it is different this season because Arsenal, this is the first season where Arsenal are not the clear underdogs in it. Before it was, obviously it's been 7 years of, you can say City pool, but it was like six title wins for City and one for Liverpool in that whole period. The whole time Arsenal were always second or third best team in the league. They were never top. They were never like, actually, like you look at it and go, they are the best performing team this season.
When was we?
Pardon?
When was we?
You?
Yeah.
Well, it was you and City. It was always either you or City were the best in the league.
But
that
we
season.
always have to beat City. We always
No, I
had
know,
to
but-
take over City. Yeah.
Well, last
Yeah,
season
but-
you had to beat Arsenal, no?
Who?
You had to beat Arsenal last season.
Oh, I didn't even see
City
you last
fell
season. I didn't even see you
That's
on
a
the
bit-
table
yeah.
last season.
but what I mean is that it was never like whenever you in the last 7 seasons prior to this season, whenever you turned to someone and went, "Who's the best team in the league right now?" The answer was never Arsenal. With all due respect, it wasn't. It was mostly Man City. Last season it was Liverpool. COVID season it was, I'd probably say also Liverpool because you guys were sick that season. And then what season was it that were 97 and 98 points? Where you and City both won your last like 12, it was like 17, 18, or like 19, 20. Well, then it was like basically a dead heat. But this season, I think it's the first season where if you ask most people who is the best team in the league, you go, well, it's Arsenal. That is, I think, the main difference this season compared to all other seasons, which is why it's then worth like why you're allowed to talk and like these guys why they are allowed to talk about their team differently compared to how it has been before. And then obviously the Berta and everything helps in that kind of behind the scenes. It's become more ruthless, more methodical, leading to good recruitment, leading to correct recruitment, leading to good signings who score hat tricks, who can score goals.
It's only a third. It's only a third
all
of the
that.
season gone so far. It's only a third. Look, 11, 12 games. 11, 12 games.
12
Yeah.
games, yeah.
Perfect.
12
This is the
games
best
so
time.
far.
This
Well,
is the
11
best
for
time.
me.
But Ben, you don't seem kind of confident.
Oh, I'm confident. This is the most confident I've ever been
No,
that
you-
we're going to win a league title.
That's what every Arsenal fan says.
No, it's the squad depth though this time around because as Laurie said, you know, the gap in quality between if a Saka got injured, we're in big trouble. Whereas now you've got the depth to come
Don't
in.
say that name. Don't say that name. Don't say that name.
Who?
Why not?
Don't,
Saka.
Okay. No. If Saka goes, there's a big differential to the next person.
There used to be, whereas now there's not. Was my point.
There's no big difference. if
Well, there's
Saka
still a difference. You don't want to lose your star players, but the drop off was this, and now it's somewhere.
Right,
around
okay,
there.
so let's take you up on that,
wow.
right? So how many teams in the Premier League can lose, say for example, hypothetically speaking, obviously we hope it doesn't happen, but, you know, hypothetically we lose Saka for a couple of weeks. We've got Madueke, we've got Wanyeri.
Who?
Madueke and Wanyeri,
Who's
both international players who can come on and do a great
International
job.
for who? On the
England.
22?
for England.
Yeah.
England.
Oh.
So
Oh,
what I'm
21.
saying
Oh,
is
sorry.
that the drop off, if one of our first teamers is out, is not
I
that.
told
It's
you-
not insurmountable.
Okay, cool. I never give Arsenal credit. But let me give you some credit, right?
We know.
I never give you guys credit. But the big difference this season is obviously the confidence in defending, the confidence in attacking, 100%. You guys bought a new striker, even though the striker is not doing what you guys expected him to do or whatever. He's still playing his part in the team, right? But I think the biggest differential is Odegaard and Eze, right? When Odegaard wasn't in the team, you guys find it hard to create.
I would disagree with that. to be
Okay,
honest.
what is the biggest thing right now? Because
You hinted on it earlier. The defense has been
But you guys
outstanding.
had the best defense for the last 3 years.
I know, but
So
what
that
I'm
don't
saying
really-
is,
there's no big difference there. I just feel like when
no, but if you can't score against us, then how are you going to beat us?
because you guys don't score goals like that.
Whoa.
But they don't need to. If they,
Haven't
if they
we scored
if they
the
only
joint
concede-
joint most goals in the league this year?
Well, how many goals? Like 24,
It's
25?
joint with Man City, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
like 80% set pieces.
Does that matter?
How many were set pieces yesterday? How many were set pieces
You're waiting for
yesterday?
that one, innit? You're waiting for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
line.
How
You're
many
waiting
were
for that
set
line.
pieces yesterday?
Oh yeah, I'm just double checking that stat. But I got to ask, you know, you're talking about the Saka conversation. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he hasn't actually been massively involved in open play goals for a while, has he?
Because he takes all the corners.
The way-
As a Rice, there's no other goals to participate in. He'll taking corners.
Saka is obviously is an outstanding player. He played really well as well yesterday. But you know what you're seeing with Arsenal now, we're not over reliant on him, as we may have been in previous seasons. Again, the
Sorry.
recruitment
You say you
has been next level.
To be fair, when Saka was injured for 3 or 4 weeks, or at the beginning of this season, Madueke came in and he was very, very
Well,
good.
this is the point I'm trying to make.
He actually
man,
was
over there.
very
He
good.
was.
He's only doing feints and coming back. That's it.
No, look, I know you beat Arsenal, but
Smoke them,
at
smoke
that
them,
game,
smoke them.
Smoked them
Smoke
1-0.
them.
1-0.
What, clean-
How
You
is that
scored a
smoked?
set.
How is that
You've been saying
smoked?
to them that they score a set pieces.
What, the
you only
greatest
scored
free
through
kick
a
in
set
Premier
piece.
League history? Surely. Come on, that's what you call a set piece. That's
Yeah,
what
so okay, if you're saying that's the greatest free kick in Premier League history, that's what it took to beat Arsenal. The fact that you had to
Used his
rely on
logic
what you
against
call
him.
the greatest Premier League free kick in history, that's not a compliment to Liverpool.
That's a great
That's a
compliment.
massive compliment to
Clean sheet.
Arsenal. It's a massive compliment to Arsenal. If you're saying what it takes is the best of all time to beat them, surely then they are like by far and above a better team than you.
No, just times has changed right now. You know, we're just dishing out points for now. You know, we're gonna wake up and realize
It's
that we
like-
can't be doing this for the rest of the season.
like charity
so
work.
we're gonna start. Yeah, it is like charity. Literally, they come to our house, we just give them points. Come to our house, they caught the the goals that I saw last year. No, unbelievable. But I'm not upset. I'm far
How
from
are you not upset?
How can I be upset when
You're 11.
You
when
lost
we've got this?
3-0 to Forest. You're not
Okay,
upset
cool.
about that.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you rather be in my position as champions or your position?
I'd rather be in our position right now. 100%.
Oh, and it's not 100% that you guys are going to win the league. But it's 100%
Yeah, but
that
you
you're
said-
It's not
champions.
100% that I'm going to walk out of this room, but I think I will. I think I will somehow. So,
can't wait.
in
I
answer
can't
to your
wait.
question, that's how I answer your question. It's-
Chelsea. Oof.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
big
got
one.
to say that is a big game, that Chelsea game.
Sunday.
It is a
Because
big
it's
game.
one of the
Six-pointer.
things. It is a 6-pointer because you lose that game.
No, it's
suddenly
not a
they're 3 points.
6-pointer.
No, if you
it
lose that
is.
game, they're 3 points behind you.
No,
if you
but
win that
that's
game,
if
you're
we
9
lose.
ahead of them.
That's if we lose. What if we draw?
Oh, you're thinking about
Yeah, if you
draws
draw,
now.
you stay 6 points ahead of them. But no, but is it well, obviously the concept of a 6-pointer isn't about the fact that the game can't draw. It's the fact that it's a massive swing.
Well, the reason why I
Because it will be
dispute
if you
the
lose
reason
that
why I
game,
dispute
you get
the notion
you
of
get
the
dragged
concept
into
of
it big
what
time.
happens?
the reason why I dispute the concept of it being the 6-pointer is that we could afford to drop points. They can't.
I don't think you can afford to drop points.
Neither do I.
Statistically, we can.
Okay, statistically, yes, you can drop another 6 points and be okay.
So,
but realistically,
it's a bigger game for them probably than it is for us.
That it.
Even though we won't approach it that way. I'm
No, I think
telling
it's a
you.
bigger game for you guys because you guys
No.
know one little slip.
They're at home,
The Sharks are on
and
you.
there's 6 points behind us. They
yeah, but
need
then
that.
think about their.
We could go there and draw
think
and we'll
about
be
the
nice.
What's the
priorities
expectations?
of both teams. Yeah, it's the expectations and priorities of both teams. Chelsea only want like they're going for top 4 right this season. As much as we could have said at the beginning of the season, you know, you're world champions. You can say, you know, world champions of what? But realistically, they won the Club World Cup, they won the Conference League, and they signed some good players. And you're thinking, all right, they should realistically be in the mix for this title. But then at the end of the day, Arsenal have blown everyone else out of the water for it so far this season.
So far.
So Chelsea's only aim is to get into the top 4. So if they lose this game, that's not huge for them. But if you lose this game, you get sucked back into where you don't want to be, which is in the mix for a title. Suddenly the title race, after declaring that it's done, is back on.
No
And
one,
if it
no
can-
one said it's
Oh,
done.
did he say
No
it's
one
done?
said it's done.
He said it was done.
No one said it's
it's
done.
done.
Okay, I
Where did
rephrase
he
it.
say it
He
was
didn't say
done?
it was done. He said there wasn't one.
Oh, there's
Not-
no title
not-
race.
not
If,
between-
if,
not
if
between
Murray's
Chelsea.
saying there's not a title race, that
He was
therefore
talking
means
in
that
relation
he
to
says that it's
Liverpool.
done.
In relation to
I
Liverpool,
can't wait
there
to come back
isn't
to this
one.
clip.
But so Benny, you then saying that there is a title race in relation to some other teams?
But yeah,
such
well,
as
you
Chelsea.
can't rule out Man City. You never rule out Man City. But 11 points of Liverpool and the form they're in, I would rule Liverpool out. I would think.
Are you not scared of City? Or do you not think there's a major?
Do I fear City? No, I don't. I mean, obviously, you have, like Ben says, you have to respect them. They're a quality team, excellent manager. They've got some great players.
Don't forget my team.
But if I'm being honest, the way we're playing right now, it would be remiss of me to fear them. What for? Because at the end of the day, the way we're playing right now, we should fear no one. People should be fearing us, right?
When I was saying this, they called me deluded.
No, but come on now. Why should we be scared of City? Respect is different from fear. No, I don't
to
fear.
steal the line off FJ, you should be scared of City because of what's happened previously.
No, but that is very negative to start thinking about
It's
past
reality.
implosions.
It's reality.
No, but I'm
You-
not.
you
I'm
think,
not. I'm not
I'm
talking
tunnel
about
vision.
Arsenal here. I'm talking
Oh,
about
okay.
what Man City have done, no matter who's ahead of them. They
And that's why
stay
I-
4
and
or
that- and
5
that-
points behind, and then, as the comments always do when you start mentioning City,
Shark.
they start coming. There's the shark. They smell some blood. Although, admittedly, they lost to Newcastle, but
Yeah, exactly.
that loss is so debatable.
No, but
How's
Those
debatable?
refing decisions,
It's
but I
etched
mean,
in
bro, those
facts.
ref
that
decisions,
ref was an
were
Which-
Arsenal fan.
crazy.
That VAR was an Arsenal fan.
That
100%.
offside was ridiculous.
That's one decision then. One decision.
One decision that would have changed things.
I think
City lost,
Newcastle
yes.
deserved to win the game, though. Anyway, or they certainly deserved at least a draw.
Yeah, that I agree with, but it's the thing. Like, I just think Man City, you are underrating them here a little bit.
Not really, because going up to Newcastle and beating them,
They always
it's not
start
for
slowly.
everyone, you know.
They
Not everyone.
always take a
You know
couple
that.
of
We done it.
months.
Going up to Newcastle and beating them at home, Dylan, it's not for
Yeah,
everyone.
not everyone
No,
can do it.
It's
you
not
know.
for
Not
everybody.
everyone can
We've
do
not
it.
done it in a
We
long
did
time.
it, so
We
you
same
know,
here. We scored 3.
So
You
no, but
barely,
seriously,
bro. You barely.
when it comes to
it took
City,
them an amazing goal to win it after you were 10 men down and still conceded
Thank you.
twice.
Greatest youngest player.
when it comes to City, listen, I have great respect for City, but as I said before, respect and fear is 2 different words,
100%.
and there's no reason for us to fear Man City. Played them already once a season, should have beaten them comfortably. Okay, we didn't, but you know they've got issues as well. You talked about defence; they're not the strongest defensively, and yeah, they lost. I wasn't surprised that they lost to Newcastle, by the way.
Well, they're too reliant on Haaland, really.
Yeah,
He's got, what,
yeah.
80% or something like that of their goals. So
That's
it's
right.
just...
Yeah, but doesn't he always have that? This is the thing about Haaland that I think he's maybe not as extreme as 80%, but I think Haaland's such an outlier for like in terms of his production versus the rest of the team's production. But for the most part, it's almost always like that anyway. Like I know they've lost De Bruyne, which is because De Bruyne always steps up, second up. Seems that he was a big reason why City, when their engine got going, he was a massive part of City being able to go on these like ridiculous. Every season was like an unprecedented 12-win run or 14 or 17. Or De Bruyne was a huge part of that because De Bruyne took a little bit of time to get ticking. He's not there anymore, and Ilkay Gundogan would always turn up with a couple goals when they needed. Like once Haaland hit a drought 4 or 5 games, he was scoring bicycle kicks, he was scoring free kicks, he was knocking in penalties.
Rodrigo's getting a 1-2.
Yeah, Rodrigo's getting a couple,
important goals.
but I do think with City, they look. I know they lost, but I do think some of their players look like they are getting to gears a little bit. So people like Cherky and Reinders isn't. I don't know what's happened to Reinders. Like he put that tweet up like season 1, episode 1, and he was like, okay, and then nothing happened since. There's been the show got cancelled after 1 episode.
I think what happened to City is you're seeing a team in transition. They're trying to bring in a new wave of players.
So why don't we get that grace?
Huh?
Look at the grace you just gave City. Why don't
I'm
we
not
get
giving
that
them
grace?
any grace. I'm saying that that's what I see with them. A team that's slowly in transition. They're trying to evolve and trying to do different things. It's going to take a while. You lot have got to hit that stage where you got to press the reset button. That'll probably come before your next game because let's face it, you're in danger of totally imploding. Whereas with Arsenal, we've got an identity, we've got a certain style about us. We know what we're about, and we're flying right now, man. I mean, come on, you saw the game yesterday. That was supposed to be a North London derby. We absolutely played them off the park. That was the most one-sided North London derby in years, right, Ben?
Last year.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it was Spurs. I don't know how we drew with them. I spent the entire game.
No, but you see, here's the
angry.
thing, and people do not be revisionists. You see, this is what I was saying to somebody earlier. Let's have it right. No, we don't want anything to be taken away from our victory because before that game, I was hearing a lot of, but they got the best away record and this and that and the best away, which they did statistically.
They always lose at the Emirates.
But not only did they lose, we swept them aside. So all this talk about them coming into the game with the best away record, now all of a sudden sack Thomas Frank, they're this, they're that. But before that game, Tottenham, don't be surprised.
I think Tottenham played it wrong yesterday anyway.
Yeah, it's easy to say that now.
I think they played it wrong anyway.
Was there a right way to play for Spurs
100%.
though?
They came for a draw.
Yeah,
I do think back 5 was the wrong way to go about it.
No, because their back 5 against PSG was amazing. Their back 5 against who's the other team that was just constant against City? Actually, no.
No, for the first time on the show today, I actually agree with you. They were playing but people say, they were playing for a draw. No, did you see the pre-season game that we played?
Crazy pressing.
That was the same thing.
Yeah,
no,
crazy
they
pressing.
sat back deep and allowed us onto them. They were fortunate enough to get a goal. Was it just before
From
half
the
time?
halfway line.
And
And
actually,
again from the halfway line.
Yeah, the goal that they scored was
Fortunate.
actually very similar to the goal that they got.
My keeper can never get lobbed like that.
Okay, but they loved it.
How many
That's
goals?
to be fair, that's because your keeper's not 6 foot.
My keeper can never get lobbed like that.
How many
Okay.
goals has your keeper conceded this season?
I just
Minus 2 goal difference.
My
How
keeper-
about that
to be
one?
fair, no, actually, in FJ's defence, that Alisson's been out for like 6
Alisson
weeks.
is way better than Rio as well. Different planets.
Well, on
Okay,
current
okay.
form, I don't know.
They
Man.
lobbed the
Current
keeper.
form forever.
They lobbed the keeper and they
Embarrassing.
got the goal and they held on for the second half. Thomas Frank, obviously that was his intentions yesterday, to sit deep, hope to catch us on the counter. For the first 30 minutes, they were just about getting away with it. So, you know, that is what they're always... I said to you on the show last week, I goes, Tottenham will come and do a low block. I said it. That's what they're going to do.
You did.
But it didn't work for them because once we kicked into gear and we got that first goal,
Well, it's all right, though, 'cause
argument done.
The next step, you guys are playing the best team in London, so we'll see how you guys perform there. We'll see how you perform
Can
there.
we get a timestamp on that one, please, for next
Thank you.
weekend? Thank you very much. Actually, I want to come back to something that you just mentioned, FJ, about Liverpool not being given grace for a team in transition, because it is a fair point for Liverpool fans, I think, to bring up in the way of like kind of you can call. Like United, we're a team in transition.
This is the
City, a team
biggest
in
transition.
But
their best friend passed away. R.I.P. We've got new players, wave of players coming in. Trent, big part of the team that's left. There's so many. Even our new players coming in. Our left back came in. Our right back came in. New strikers. Nunez is gone. There's a lot of players that came in and went. And there's a vital player that kind of left that no one really talks about. Is Diaz. I know Diaz, he kind of wanted to get more money and everything, but yeah, we're going through a different wave of Liverpool team as well, and obviously it doesn't look like Slot can handle it, but he's saying that the best players are presented to him. He's got to like bring the best ability out of all those players, right? So he knows what he needs to do, and it's just about getting there. Is he going to get there? Is there enough time for him to get there? So that's what the question is right now, but.
Listen, Slot did an amazing job last season. He came to a club like Liverpool with a manager.
Are you sure it wasn't just Klopp muscle memory?
Well, okay, I was going to get onto that. So he bought one player, was it Chiesa, who hardly played. You won the league fairly comfortably in the end. But then this season, this was his opportunity to bring in his own players and, you know, because he did start changing things up a little bit last season. But you're evolving from the Jurgen Klopp days. You're still evolving, but for whatever reason, it's not working out.
Yeah, what do you put that down to?
And don't say it's because we've got too many players in, because like I said before,
No.
Even
though I'm Team Slot, I can see how, like, I've always complained about Slot's tactics, him in-game tactics, changing.
He's kind of
in-game
one-dimensional,
tactics.
isn't
Yes,
he?
it's
He's
not.
got
But
one
were you
idea.
saying that last season though? Because I remember
Because it worked last season. So
well,
there was no
exactly.
reason
So
to
I can
change
remember
it.
there was a lot of times last season where people were hailing this guy. Oh, look at his substitutions. They're very progressive. He doesn't wait. He makes substitutions on the fly. As soon as that's what we love about him. This season, he's doing the similar types of things, but they're not working.
I actually think there is a certain, not as much merit as it's being given by some Liverpool fans, but I think there's a certain amount of merit in the argument that there was potentially too many signings. Not necessarily because it's the number of signings. As you said, if it's the right type of signings, you can sign 8 players and it works. But I think it was, you didn't really recruit in phases. So to compare to what we're doing under Ineos at the moment, our summer recruitment was, we basically went, right, front line. We're fixing that. All we want is goals, so we're doing front line. Next step, and then goalkeeper obviously as well. Next step, right, next summer and January transfer window, that will then be midfield. But next we're going to sign 2 midfielders. Season after that, we're going to then go, right, now we're going to do centre
We don't have
backs.
time for that. You guys are doing 10-year project. We don't have
But
time
the
for that.
thing
We're
is,
trying to read it down
but if,
now.
but if you let's say, so you lost Diaz, and then
Nunez as well.
Nunez went as well, and then
Trent.
obviously Jota passed away.
Trent.
And so you had, and then you went and you lost Trent and everything. But I do, just to a certain extent, think maybe you should have been a little less scattergun with the way you then signed your players,
No, I think
because
it
you
was
signed like 2 strikers when realistically you could have got 1 striker. You could have maybe only got Ekitike and then let Newcastle's position with Isak wane, and then instead you then go and sign a new left winger because you lost Diaz. And then did you bring in a left forward because you got Gakpo?
So basically,
so you didn't really replace him. You just signed 2 strikers, and then you signed 2 new
we lost 2
fullbacks.
strikers.
Yeah,
We lost 2 strikers.
That's
right?
fair.
So we're gonna bring in 2. We brought in Ekitike, and if Isak's coming, sure, everyone's gonna sign Isak, best striker in the Prem. So Isak came. I don't think we should have sold Diaz. I thought we were gonna sell Gakpo and Diaz was gonna stay, but it changed. We kept Gakpo, we sold Diaz, Trent. Trent's gone. So I just think the glue in the team, like Van Dijk, Trent, and Salah, I think that's like the glue of Liverpool team, and it's just like dismantled. But right now,
Right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you some free
I think you
game.
had to go, right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to leave.
No, I'm going to give him some free game because he's a friend of mine, and you know what I mean, I'm kind of feeling a bit sorry for him.
Why,
He's a
why,
bit
why?
down and
No,
all
no.
that. So I'm going to tell you, right, where you need to sort your team out.
how can
And you-
how can I take advice from someone that's not with the league in so many times?
No, hear me out on this,
Let
right?
me hear this.
Hear me out. So you're talking about a team that's brought in 2 exceptional strikers, especially Isak. Listen, I would have loved to have signed Isak. I'm sure Ben's.
Oh, he is so Arsenal coded, by the way.
He is. But here's the thing. So where are you guys struggling this season? It's your defence. You're shipping too many goals, right? Konate's having problems with his contract. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Kirkes has not proved to be a good signing so far anyway. You could say the same for Wirtz, but I don't think the midfield is not that bad. Clearly, you shipped 3 goals against Forest, who hardly score goals. So this kind of preponderance towards signing strikers. I mean, you guys were at it the other day. I couldn't believe it. I said to Dylan, didn't we, when we did the show the other day, I goes, why are these men even talking about Semenya? The person you should be chasing down is Mark Gay.
Oh, they're both coming in January. Yeah.
I'm so happy you've just
They're
mentioned
both coming
Semenya.
in
No,
January.
hold on. I've
So
got some,
that,
no,
my
hold
friend,
on.
is where you need to
Yeah, I was
sort
going to
your
say,
Gay's
I've got
coming-
some.
Gay's
Hold
coming in
on,
January, 100%.
FJ, I've got some news for you.
And Semenya.
So, Florian Plettenberg, as you can take how much you want to listen to him or not. He said, understand Liverpool are seriously working on Antoine Semenyo for the winter transfer window, and concrete talks have already taken place. Liverpool are fully aware of his release clause, about 65 million quid. Liverpool want him despite his participation in African Cup of Nations. That's not true. He's not playing. Ghana didn't qualify, so I don't know what he's on about there. But there is heavy competition with other English sides involved. Bayern are currently not in the race. 25-year-old versatile winger is under contract born 23rd. Basically, Plettenberg, he is a little bit of a waffler at times. Like he's just said.
If he
that,
got that Ghana
but-
thing wrong, could you really trust him?
No,
because I don't know if that's just him.
Oh, okay.
2
right,
plus
yeah,
2ing
yeah,
or whatever
yeah,
because he
yeah.
just doesn't know. But he does say some very random stuff sometimes, but that's just basically what Plettenberg's come out with, say that
Yeah.
Liverpool is seriously working on a deal for him in January.
Well, it's no secret that they're big admirers of Semenya. And I'm saying to you, listen,
Vice
Semenya
versa.
is a quality player.
Arsenal
but
fan, by the way.
An Arsenal fan.
Carry on.
No,
He is.
He is. That's
What,
facts.
Semenyo?
Yeah.
That
Yeah, he is
facts.
an Arsenal fan.
Yeah. Right, so
He said that.
I told you
Okay.
I told you 3 weeks ago Semenya's coming Liverpool.
I made I gave the analogy on the show last week. I said to you was there when I said about
you're talking about you want a Gucci belt.
I said that you guys remind me of, and this is actually like somebody I know who's like this. You've been invited to a wedding, you ain't got a suit, you got the money to buy the suit, and you come back home not with the suit but with a Gucci belt. Very nice Gucci belt, but you didn't need the belt. You needed a suit, and this is what I'm saying. You're running down Semenya when really the person you should really be running down is Mark Gay.
How many wingers have we got? If you actually think about it, how many wingers
No,
have Liverpool got?
I remember. I think we had this exact conversation.
did.
I think last week
Like,
where I
Liverpool
said
don't
that
have no wingers.
Liverpool's lack of wide threat
Yeah, we
due to
don't.
Gakpo being average
Salah
and
was the
Salah
best in
being
the world,
tragic.
though.
He's
He's the best in the
so
world.
since the September
Is he?
international break.
Is he on current
Salah's
form?
been trash.
What is form? Form's temporary.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
he-
it's form currently. It might be temporary, but it's trash.
Who cares about form? Form is temporary.
Slot does. You've lost 8 in 9.
Oh, form is temporary. Class is permanent.
If
Trust
you
me.
if you want to win a league title and you being the big old champions that you are, you should know
Yeah.
that you need to have good form for a whole season.
Thank you.
You can't lose 8 in 9 games and go, you know what? It's okay.
No, Salah's-
It's okay. You can keep going like that because you will end up 17th. I was there. I've been there last season. I was 15, 16, 17 the whole
Oh, so
season.
you understand?
Yes, I do. If anyone understands what bad form can do to a club, it's me.
Well,
It's
really-
me
No,
from
but don't
last
you
season.
think though that defence has been a glaring issue?
Yeah,
for them?
your defense has been horrible.
Gay's coming in January.
And then the one defender that you did sign, he's not had a good season at all.
No, he got ACL straight away.
And then you got signed Frimpong. What's happened to him? He's always injured. And
The right back and the left back is the most confusing signings we had. No, the left back.
That's
no,
what I'm
it's not
talking about.
confusing. It's not confusing because you saw last season Frimpong's performance and you saw last season Kirk's performances. Wonderful performances. Like both of their game, it looks like you can see Liverpool, but we're all looking at Klopp. So this day and age, I don't know if we can have the right back and the left back bombing forward. It just don't make sense. Now Van Dijk and Konate, before we used to leave them two by themselves at the back. But now
they've looked vulnerable all season.
no, they don't look vulnerable. Konate
No, I
looks vulnerable,
disagree.
and it's all trickling down on my guy Van Dijk.
Yeah, but what I'm
Konate's
saying is,
performances is making the greatest centre back ever in the Premier League to look bad.
Okay, but it's an issue that you've not addressed. You
gone
could have
out
signed Gay and you didn't.
January.
Well, it's they could have signed Gay. I think like that they did as much as they could to the point where he has.
No, but they left
Should
it
they
a
not
bit
have had
late.
alternatives?
Yeah,
That's
they
the
left it
thing.
late.
They left it too late.
Yeah, actually, that I can hear. So when you mention the fullbacks, it's the when I'm talking about like buying, like replacing players and like moving on in phases. That's kind of what I mean. Like, yes, you lost Trent, but I didn't understand the Frimpong signing. I thought the recruitment wasn't right.
No,
I feel like kind of I get why in theory it's a very easy 2+2. It's Trent's an attacking wing back who's very good in the final third, everything. Frimpong was great at wing back at Leverkusen, so he can probably just replace the output. It's fine. But I think like you have Conor Bradley, who I rate. I obviously Conor Bradley didn't have the world's best game against Doku. Oh, well, we watched it together with Jerry on the live stream. But you had Conor Bradley and you've got Szoboszlai. I didn't quite understand that signing. Like I didn't understand why you didn't go for a winger in the summer and why you went for 2 strikers instead. Because even if you say you lost 2 strikers, but even if you'd signed Joni Ekitike is amazing and fantastic. And even like we signed Šeško, for example, and I'm not the obviously he's only scored 2 goals, but it's all right because we have other players who can score goals. You've always had other players like Salah, etc. Obviously, no one expected the drop off that he's had, but I just think that the signings like going for Frimpong when you had other options that can cover for the season, and then not going for others didn't really make sense to me.
We really got Conor Bradley right back.
That's what I'm saying. So you didn't necessarily need to sign 2 fullbacks and 2 strikers and this and that.
No,
and
we did.
I think it should have been more concentrated than how you ended up doing it.
We got Robbo and right back. We've got CB. Surely we have to bring more. We've got to bring more recruit in for a second replacement, right? So you guys got 2 left backs and 2 right backs. We don't have that. But I guess the signings that they made was like, I love Frimpong, I love Kirkes, but it's just that the philosophy is not working with them. So I don't know what Slot's got to change something. But is he brave enough to change something? That's the thing. Because look at Amarin. He stayed with his
principles.
He stayed with his thing, and now it's like, even though I think you guys are gonna go back where you came from, he stayed with it. So if Slot is getting under pressure and he changes it, and it still doesn't work, he's just now he's totally like ruined the whole thing. But I think he should just stay with and have faith with his own tactics. I'm on your side anyway, Slot. I'm on your side.
Yeah. Christopher says FJ staying ready to hand that trophy over.
To who? Christopher, who have I handed the trophy over to? Because it can't be him. It can never be him. Please
We'll find out.
Who have I handed the trophy over to? Trust me, this trophy's staying here.
By the way, if Liverpool on the massive off chance that Liverpool don't win the league this season, are you prepared to hand that over live on camera to whoever wins the league?
If Liverpool don't, whoever wins the
I
league,
want this on camera that
whoever
you will stand there and you will present it to whoever wins it.
I'll even give the guard of honor.
Yeah.
I'll even
Can we also get that
clip
clipped
it.
up, please? Thank you very much.
But
Bring that. You don't suddenly go on holiday, by the way. You don't suddenly go. You know what? I'm going to.
I'll hand it over.
You will be here last day of the season. You will hand that over.
Whoever wins the league, they deserve it, right? Because
that's right.
yeah. So I'm a nice.
That's what I always say. The league don't lie. 38 games
for the last 4 years, isn't it? So basically, if we lose the league this year, which I don't think we would, I'll hand it over, right? And I don't think you guys are gonna win it. So I need a City fan here or a Chelsea fan, you know. So that's all. But
Are you sure? You want to hand that over to Matisse? I'm really not sure you want to. You don't want that to be a
I
Matisse.
swear down, I'd rather any team win the league except for Arsenal. Any other team can win the league.
Why
Does
is
that not mean that you then feel threatened by them?
Threatened by who?
Arsenal. You just said you don't want to hand the league over to them. Surely
There's
that
no
means
history in that club. What am I scared of?
No
them?
history.
What's your history?
What do you mean? The Invincibles.
Oh, he said it. What's next?
What's not historic
What's
about
next?
that?
What's next?
Cup Winners' Cup. League title at Anfield. League title at Spurs twice.
Wait,
What's not historic about that?
Oh, you're not just domestic. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
If
That's
you're,
still history.
if you're
There's no
about to
history
bring
there.
up, if
How's
you're
that
about
not
to bring up the
history?
21-year
You're not even
league
the best
drought
team in
again.
London.
Yes, yeah, we are. Current form, we are. 100%.
Oh, form.
We're the biggest
Sorry.
club in London.
How?
13 league titles. How many did Chelsea have?
League titles or Prem? Which one?
League titles.
Oh,
13
talk
league
about
titles.
League titles now.
You talked about history. He talked about
sorry.
history.
Hold on.
He talked about
Are we
history.
only counting Prem's now?
Oh, that's what
Because
they
you
did to
have
me.
two.
That's what
They
did to
have
me.
two.
Oh, you got 2
No,
Prem?
we got
So-
3. We've got
Yeah, you
3.
got 3. So technically,
got
they're
more
a big
than
club
you.
than you then, if
How?
you're just talking
They
about
got no
Prems.
champs. They got no
You
Europe.
talk about the league.
You,
now you're talking about
you
Europe.
just said no league titles, just Prem titles.
There's no-
so
there's no-
domestically, they've done more
there's
than
no
you have.
history. No
You spent
history.
21 years trying to
history.
win a league title.
And they spend how many now?
Sorry,
how many
sorry,
they
they
on now?
spent 21 years. You went 30 years
And got
without
2.
winning a
And
league
got 2.
title.
And we got 2. So when
League
they hit
titles.
30, we got 2 between the years. Now look, how many of them? They can't talk to me about league
If they
titles.
win the league this season, they get 4.
They can't talk to me about
They
league
double
titles.
your amount of Prem titles.
No, but they can't talk to me about league titles or success, you know? So if they want to talk about success and that, go and talk to Tottenham. Because even they're a bigger team than you guys now in Europe. It's crazy. I can't
But
believe
then,
how-
if you're just talking about success, they're bigger than Chelsea because they've
No
got
way,
they've got more.
come
They've got more.
on,
They've done more. They've got more trophies.
What have done more than Chelsea?
Do you want to tell them again?
We've got most trophies in London.
Than
13 league
Chelsea?
titles. Yeah, look it up.
Come on.
Dylan, I
Look
think
it
what we're
up.
seeing is a man that's heavily traumatized. I think
He's trying. He's reaching for it. He's reaching for it.
What is it? Chelsea what?
it's actually quite sad to see, but yeah, I mean, it's.
Anyway, Chelsea, don't let me down. Don't let me down, Chelsea. Don't let me down.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you do you want to come on next Monday as
What?
well?
I'm
So
here.
so we can just talk about who have you got on the weekend?
3 points is alright. Don't worry about that one.
Who is it?
I can't even say that no word it. But it's a friendly though. We got West Ham.
A resurgent
Oh,
West
just
Ham.
away.
Just round the corner. The Olympics,
Yeah,
the
surely you picking up 3 points there.
I don't know about
every
that.
time.
They're resurgent.
Every time I think, you know what? Surely this Liverpool run is done. You do it again.
No, don't worry about that. It's over now. I'm gonna be there. So 100% 3 points.
I wouldn't say that at all. I think West Ham, they found a little bit of themselves recently.
And Chelsea.
Unbeaten in their last couple of games.
And Chelsea.
Came from... No, actually, no, they were 2-0 up, weren't they, against Bournemouth? But, yeah, Nuno's found something there, isn't he? He's starting to...
I'm really 50-50 on if West Ham are going to survive or not. Because I rate Nuno massively as a coach, like in terms of being able to lift teams. Like I see Nuno as very... So when he was linked with us, I wasn't massively here for it because I think he's a coach who's very good at raising the floor of a club. Nottingham Forest, right? He came in, they were in a bit of shambles here and there. They had signed so many players and got rid of so many players and it was a bit chaotic. But he then was able to stabilise it, raise the floor and obviously make people like Chris Wood, etc. and Elliot Anderson look fantastic. And at West Ham, I can see him doing the same thing in terms of raising the floor of that club. But the thing I look at with West Ham, and no disrespect to West Ham, I don't know how high their floor is. Because I think their squad is just terrible.
I think they'll make
as well.
it. I think they'll make
Jared,
it.
Jared Bowen, I think, great. But beyond that, their squad just...
No.
Paqueta's good, but like he's so on and off. I just feel like maybe if you can get a click, you can survive because there are other clubs in this league who also aren't having a great time. Fulham are not having a great season. Leeds are like very there and thereabouts because they just lost to Villa. I don't know why Calvert-Lewin had that handball for their second goal. That was ridiculous. That was actually outrageous. But there are plenty of other teams.
That was a handball though.
It was a handball, but I don't know what he was doing. And it's annoying because I wanted Villa to drop points as well because if we win tonight, they will 11 points with them. But the thing is with West Ham is just I don't know how high if they have a high enough floor for Nunes even to raise to, Nuno to raise to actually get them into safety.
But how high does it have to be to just be safe? Because
Not even that high, but this is what I'm saying. This is why I worry for West Ham because I genuinely think I think as much as Nuno is a good coach, especially but if Bowen, admittedly, Bowen's not been involved in about 10 of their goals, which is a good thing. Other players are scoring goals, which is good. But just overall, I feel like West Ham are in more trouble than people necessarily realise.
Probably, but I do agree with Ben. Well, you said it as well. They have a good manager. Listen, let's be honest. Wolves are gone. They're dead. And then, let's be honest also, Burnley and Leeds are starting now to look like they... Definitely one of those two are going. Definitely one of them two. And then, so that means there's one other space. I would say
So
that-
what it is, it's Wolves on 2, and then Burnley on 10, Leeds on 11, West Ham on 11, Forest on 12, Fulham on 14.
Yeah, I think that the team that looks... Obviously West Ham are a threat, but I think Fulham are looking a little bit dodgy this season, man.
I think their home form, like the way they play at home, I think it was
Fulham are flat.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
They got a big victory
Fulham are
last
just
weekend.
flat.
They got
And then
big
they have
victory.
issues, don't they? Because the manager, for whatever reasons, are not
Marco
signing.
Silva's not signing a new deal, yeah.
So that tells you that there's something not right.
I reckon he reckons he can take a step up. I think
Well-
Marco Silva's a great manager. I think he's a really
Yeah,
good
he's a
manager.
very good manager.
Yeah.
But
And finally,
it
just
may
for-
be that he's reasoning that his time there is coming to an
Yeah,
end.
time to go. Yeah, I do think. Actually, yeah. I want to quickly ask you. Obviously, your game tonight, United versus Everton, for your free score predictions
Old Trafford.
at Old Trafford. We beat them 4-0 last season.
2-2.
2-2. What do you think, Ben?
I could honestly see it going. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a win, draw, or loss. Honestly, that's how United have been this season.
That's us in a nutshell.
Either 1-0 or a scrappy 1-0 for United, I reckon.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking as well. I said to you off camera, I think you'll nick it, and I believe that to be the case.
This may be just a little bit copium, but I reckon it'll be 2 or 3-1 to us. Like the amount of trust I have in Brian and Bumo. I trust, like the way I see football at the moment is 90 minutes of football are played and we haven't Bumo. That's pretty much how I see it at the moment because I think he's just so damn good. But regardless, thank you guys so much for coming on.
I've got some stats for you quickly for the game tonight. So David Moyes, he's never won at Old Trafford as a manager.
Good stuff.
Even when he was manager.
Not at you.
Was that when he was manager?
As an opposition manager, he's never won at Old Trafford. And your last 5 results, you haven't lost any of them. In fact, you haven't lost them at Old Trafford since 2013.
So, I mean, Rob said it on Friday. He said it to me. He was like, we always beat Everton. I hope we do. But obviously, I actually need to rush home and do that now. But thank you guys so much for coming on.
No problem. It's a pleasure.
Ben,
Thank you.
welcome to DR Sports.
Cheers,
Great to have you
thank
on.
you.
Hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, all of that. Get your thoughts on below. Get your score predictions in. Do you think the title race is over? FJ is holding on to that Premier League while he can. But apart from that, I'll be here tomorrow to go through everything, preview the Champions League games. I'll see you at 5 p.m. on DR Sports.
Hi, and welcome along to the best of enemies.
My ball's flat. Hey, Spot, I'm going to jump up.
Hey, you're looking trim though. What do you mean in the
Well,
gym
you
now?
haven't. You've been running from the show. I'm past caring if Tottenham even win now. I mean, Expressions FC.
Don Robbie is here in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, here we
Come to take over. Really about your team.
It's not about Man United right now. When was the last time you even won a game?
Saudi Arabia versus Oman.
I'm at Saudi Arabia, man. They ain't gonna let me down. What an exciting game.
You were up.
You weren't
That
wrong.
was
You
offside.
VAR.
That was offside. We are here today for the burial of Arsenal's Premier League dreams. Let's start again. Hi, and welcome along to the best of enemies. How you doing, Rob? How are you, bro?
Well, none of you two can talk to me because at least we challenge for the league. Al Riyadh, they're taking on Al Nassr today. Big game. One of the biggest games of the season.
Yalla, yalla, yalla.
Riyadh will say ole, ole.
You will never even win the Champions League because we see things you will never see, Robbie.
Do you know how shameless you are, bro? You're supposed to be winning the league, but you're doing a hate-along, bro.
I've been chased by a tractor. You've brought in opera singers. When you say Tottenham, you put respect on us, blood, yeah?
Depart the room for about the next 5 minutes or so.
How?
Because we're going to talk about the Champions League.
Emotional.
Who would have thought a Tottenham fan, a Manchester United fan, and an Arsenal fan would get along? Well, sometimes. Welcome along,
That is
weekend
unbelievable.
roundup. Oh my days.
Wow.
We're in for a great show today, guys. Well, what about the North London derby?
I'm not getting rattled. I don't care.
And we're 3 points off top 4.
Nice that you put your top on. You want to take it off and get the branding out? Happy birthday! How much chance do Arsenal have of winning the Champions League?
0, mate.
If we got through
Can't do it.
PSV, do you think there's any chance? that we
No.
Hang on, let me finish.
Predictions:
2-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Liverpool.
2-0 Wolves.
We're the world champions, but you're not in a title.
This is why you'll never win the league.
6 million down the drain.
Robbie celebrating a 1-0 win. Abby Pilates instead of trophies. You never walk alone.
Catch us every Monday for the weekend roundup.